Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Good to have you. We're going to be starting a new series here, and it's going to be reviewing the campgrounds that we stay in here in the Pacific Northwest. So our channel is focused around content around the Pacific Northwest, walking tours, camping, just things we do around Washington State, Oregon, Idaho, wherever we go, and if we go elsewhere. So anyhow, today we are staying at the Oceana Thousand Trails Camping Resort. It's Oceana Campground, not a resort. And we're gonna do a review of what our experience was. We got lucky, the sun finally came out. Weather has not been the best for us here, but as you can see, there is a lot of rain, a lot of puddling, a lot of standing water. It's been kind of the story of this trip. So as far as experience goes, we're just gonna show you what we found, what we enjoyed, what we thought of the campground, and go from there. So first thing we found really quickly was most of the spots were not actually very usable. So if you have kids and dogs and lots of in and out of the camper with the standing water, a lot of these spots just were not very really access the site as you would like. We found driving around that there's one area that is a high spot, which is right here. And this is the best portion of the campground. So if you're able to get a spot here, you're in good luck. Unfortunately, we were in the spot right next to this camper right here. We did not actually test the power before we started getting everything unloaded. Big mistake, should have checked the power. As soon as I got the jack off, I realized that the power didn't work for the site. These are also really narrow spots, so you're not going to really use the side of your camper at all. Your slide out is going to come out, and that's all you have. So you're going to be camping in front of your camper. So we unfortunately were not able to use those sites. They are not full hookup. These were water and power only, not septic as well. So we ended up getting a full hookup site at the entrance to the park, which isn't the best, but you end up having full hookups, and it was the least of the flooded areas that we found. And the weather is nicer. They got some horseshoes ready to go. Even got the horseshoes for you. So as you can see, lots of spots like this. Closer to the shore you go, just not the best conditions as far as camping. So pretty much every single one is flooded out. This would be the kids' playground. Not much for the kids to do as far as playground goes. So a tiny little playground, and then we got volleyball. So this gets us to the beach, Capalis Beach. It is quite the walk to get down here, but this would be the trail you would take to get down to the beach. They got a nice little picnic table hidden in the woods here. All right, we'll do a sped up version of this so you're not waiting forever on me to do this. All right, well, as you can see, we are not gonna make it any further. Trail is completely flooded out. So I was able to dodge around some of the water, but that is more water than I'm willing to go get dirty in. So unless you got rain boots, you are not using this trail to get to the beach. It's definitely flooded out. That's a lot of standing water. I think what this means is I'll throw the drone up. We'll see what it looks like the rest of the way with the drone. Luckily the rain has stopped, but trail is not very usable right now. Big open field to play in, I guess. I'm wondering if they do movie nights during the summer on that thing. Looks like a little made movie screen, maybe. Might just be at a bulletin board, but I could see movie nights being on there. While this wasn't the nicest bathroom I've ever seen, it was clean, it was organized, looked like it had at least gotten some kind of update. Few of the things were out of service, but not bad. Yeah, this portion of the park is pretty much not usable. These sites are pretty crazy. That is a lot of water. So if you got pets, it has not been fun to have our dogs here and constantly having to clean paws and get them out to go potty. They don't really have anywhere to run around, so not necessarily the best place for pets. Touring the clubhouse, this also was somewhere that was clearly updated recently. Really kind of a cozy little vibe, nothing that we would use personally, but having a space like this where if you needed to get away, it's clean, it's organized, feels nice. Have the laundry right next door. Laundry room was great. I ended up doing some laundry in this laundry room, so I think I paid $4 and something change for the wash, and then the same for the dryer. But this was a nice added feature to be able to come in and use this. The app was super easy to use. It gives you all the instructions on how to do it. You pretty much just follow it through, and before you know it, you're on your way using the app and getting your laundry done. So one of the things this app does that's really cool is it shows you what's available. So right now we're using the dryers, so all occupied, 2 washers available. If you click, it'll show you how long until they're actually available. So kind of a nice, convenient app if you're using the laundry. We saw from some other videos that at one point this trailer was actually the laundry room. It is now the main office. So kind of cool that they repurposed it. Also a nice touch, they have a razor clam cleaning area. Being close to the beach, this is great. Now this bathroom definitely was not the best of the bathrooms. It's definitely in need of some cleaning and upgrading. The other bathroom definitely was cleaner, looked to be a little more updated as well, so take this for what it is. On our visit, the dump station was closed. They had moved it to a temporary location at one of the full hookup sites. It is extremely close to the main road, to the point where I'd worry my RV trailer would be in the road. All right, coming into the campground, you're going to see the guard shack where you would check in on the right side. If you've already checked in, you're going to come in on the left side and put in your key code, and that'll give you access to the park. Quite a few times they actually would have this gate already open for me by the time I even got up here this time. I don't think they were actually at the gate. So we got into the site, and we'll do a quick drive-through of the park to give you an idea of what the whole park looks like when you drive through. So the number of sites for this campground is 88 total sites. They do have full hookups, and those full hookups are at the very entrance to the park. So there's some that were on the left and right side. The right side, I think, are long-term people, and then the left side were ones that were actually for renting and booking. Now, as we're coming across this first area, this is the high ground area, and these sites were, like I said earlier in the video, the best as far as being dry and good solid ground. So these sites are a little small, except for these special sites that are on the outside perimeter. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with those, with the fencing. Those were not something that we could use, but these ones in the middle were very narrow. Site 25, the electrical didn't work, so ended up going to a full hookup site, but this would be the area that is the high ground. Now, talking to the park ranger, we found out that this part that we're going to go across to here that goes over this bridge, this is actually below sea level. So a lot of the reason why we're seeing so much standing water is because it's below sea level. So when it rains, this turns into what it is. So that being said, she said there are times where this entire area is flooded to the point where there's water even coming into the restroom facility area, which is that building on the right there. So not the most ideal situation, but this is a year-round campground, just not the most usable in all areas of the campground, depending on where you're staying. So we're going to come around the loop. Again, this is the access to the beach right here on the left. Kids' playground, the volleyball court, and by this point, this was the end of our trip when I did this quick drive, so mostly everyone had cleared out by now from the weekend. There were actually quite a few people that were willing to deal with the standing water, but it was not very fun to deal with, especially with kids and a dog. Dogs definitely stayed inside more than I would have liked, and kids, when we went to the beach, that was kind of the way we got around dealing with getting their energy out. But as far as being at the campground, we were mostly inside our trailer for this trip. So we're going to come back around and cross the little bridge, and we'll be coming back to where we parked for this site. So this site did get a lot of updates. You could tell that it's been definitely changing a lot from watching older videos. It looks a lot better than what I've seen from other videos. The staff was friendly. Really cool area. Liked being close to ocean shores, liked being so close to the beach. It really just was the standing water that was the biggest issue for us. But other than that, this is definitely a site that I would say they're working on improving. I'm not sure how much they can improve as far as the standing water and things like that just being below sea level. That's just one of the issues they're going to have. So summertime, probably going to be a much different experience than coming out here during the winter, springtime. All right, well, we are coming up on our Keystone Hideout, the black and white trailer right there. So I guess the big question comes down to, would we stay here again? And that's a complicated answer. We really liked being close to ocean shores. We really liked close access to the beach. Staff was extremely friendly. Everything was clean as far as the facilities go. Laundry was great. There are no complaints there. The bigger issue is rain. Like, you just cannot depend on these spots to be good for access as far as your site goes. For mud, for having pets, kids, it really limited our ability to be outside because of the conditions of the park in general, because of the standing water. So summertime, I think it would be better. Calling this a year-round park with kids and dogs, I would not stay here again. I'd be open to coming back maybe in the summertime, but until then, I think that about completes the video. So until next time, keep exploring. We'll talk soon. Take care.